Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. My light looks a little weird to you today. I know. I'm going to do a get ready with me as promised from my latest haul from Shop Miss A that I received just a couple of days ago. So I'm going to use just those products on my face. I'm going to try to use just those products. I don't think I got an eyeshadow in this grouping, so I may have to put on some of my own eyeshadow. So we're going to get started. I thank you for joining me. Tongue tied already. On my channel. Welcome to Warm Fuzzy Blanket. My name is Chris, and this channel is all about making life a little easier for all of us, but especially those with chronic illnesses and focusing on chronic pain illnesses because that's what I suffer from the most. So that's what I'm the most educated on. I welcome you all, and I always welcome your feedback. So we're going to get into this. Let me take my glasses off. And the first thing I'm going to do is use one of their makeup remover wipes. I don't have makeup on, but it's been a couple of hours since I washed my face. And so I have kind of oily skin on parts of my face. And so I just feel like I need to do a little bit of just a little quickie here with the makeup wipe to freshen up my skin. I don't want to do anything right now to irritate it or, irritate my pores because I have enough trouble with those because I have large pores. So we'll just give this a quick once over, concentrating on those oily patches, get that oil off. All right, now I need it to dry really quick, and I don't have a fan in here, so I'm using my blingy mirror, hand mirror that I have, but just to get that dried off a little bit. Now, I did order 2 different primers from Shop Miss A. I did their $20 face challenge, or $20 makeup challenge, I guess it was. And you got to pick from, I want to say there were about 12 categories. I only chose items from about 10 of the categories because they were sold out in some. And I think the eyeshadow was one of the things that the choices they had left I wouldn't really use. So I chose 2 primers. I chose these 2. This one is a non-oily primer, and then this one is to shrink the pores. So I think we're going to go with this one today because from looking in the mirror, that's going on today for me. So let's open this up. It has the safety seal on it, which I always like to see. And I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. It's clear. So let's just dab some around. Get this rubbed in. Now, y'all, I will tell you, I've always been on the search for a good primer and a good foundation. I have combination skin. I have huge pores around my nose, so that creates a problem. But then my under my chin, under here, and my forehead are very dry. So, and I'm starting to get wrinkles up here on my forehead. So it's been hard for me to find that perfect primer foundation combination. I just have not found anything yet that has worked well for me. And I will tell you that little dab that I had was a little bit too much. So I gotta clean off my hand here. Oops, I just dropped my ring. Excuse me. Y'all know if you've watched my channel for very long, I always manage to drop something. So, and then I'm just gonna pat this, kind of push this into my skin. And kind of dab off the excess because I did not realize that a teeny tiny bit of that goes a really long way. So it looks like I'm rubbing, but I'm not. I'm just pushing this into my skin. And the cloth is soaking up any of the excess. So let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Not too bad. Oh, I know one thing that I didn't order. One of the other things I didn't get from them was concealer, because they didn't have a color of that either. So I'm going to use this concealer right here. I got it from Temu. I've been using it for quite a long time. And I do like it. So I'm just going to pop some of that on real quick under my eyes, because as you can see, I have extremely dark circles under my eyes. I am anemic, excuse me. And so that causes some issues with those bags under my eyes. They're always dark. And then if I'm a little bit dehydrated, they get even darker. Now, y'all, this is going to look really orange when I first put it on. But once I get my foundation on and everything, it's going to blend in really well with my skin. I really do like this concealer. It's a dupe for one of those brand names. If you kind of recognize the packaging, the packaging is very similar to the brand. I'm going to go down here on my nose a little bit. The end of my nose gets really red too. Now, I did also get where did it go? I got a color corrector stick. This is a green one for red patches, and I don't really have any red patches today, but I have fibromyalgia, and sometimes when my fibro is flaring, my face will get real red and patchy, but today I don't really have that problem. So you can see I've got my concealer on under my eyes. I've got the primer on, which set down really nice. It does not feel sticky at all. It did really well. Very happy with that. So let's move on to the foundation. And sorry, I'm searching for a brush. I was searching for this new one that I got. So here's the foundation that we're going to be using. Now, it's really difficult to pick a foundation color online, and I really hate shopping that way. But being disabled and not be able to leave the house very much because I don't drive anymore, I have to shop online and take chances. So this is the one I got. It looks a little grayish, if that's a word. I don't know if you can see the color number on here, but that's what I got. So let's see how this is going to work. It does have a nice pump on it, so that's good. Just pump a little bit out here onto my brush. It does look a little bit light, but we can always fix that with bronzer, so which I did get. So let's see how this is going to work with the primer I chose. Let's see if they're going to play nice together. Now, y'all, I'm just putting a couple of pumps out at a time here on my brush, and then I just kind of dot it around where I want it. And then I go back and actually rub and push the product into my skin. And I will tell you, my most problem areas for getting my foundation to set down is around my mouth and nose, where those large pores are. And yep, it looks like I'm going to have the same problem with this. It just will not set down into my skin. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see here where it's just not sticking. It's like coming right back off. And I know you have to be careful when choosing your primer and your foundation, because you want to make sure that they're both based with the same ingredients so that they play well together. And according to the labels on these, they are both water-based, so they should be working nicely together, but they're just not. It's like the product just will not set into my skin. It sits on top of it. Let's see if using a beauty blender will help this any. Maybe push it into the skin a little bit better. That might have made a little bit of an improvement, but it's still, I can tell, it's just sitting right on top of my skin. And the other problem I have with this is little hairs. When I have this issue, trying to put anything powder on top of it just makes a bigger mess. But we're going to try. It doesn't feel sticky. Oh, there's one place right there that does. But it feels settled into my skin. But if you can see it up close, it's just not. But we're going to continue on. I will tell you, I do have this problem a lot. So I hate to fault the makeup, the products, because my skin does this all the time. But there's got to be a reason, and I have yet to figure out the reason. As you saw, I used the makeup wipe before I started, so I removed any oil that was on my skin. That also should have just, evened out my skin so that it didn't do that, but it's just so porous looking. It's like after I put the primer on, now you can't even see it. You can't even tell that there was a primer because it's not doing its job. It's not holding the makeup on. So I don't know how to correct that. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm open to them. I realize that this is budget makeup, just like the Temu makeup is. But unfortunately, that's all I have to spend, being on a disability income. So we'll see. But y'all, I've used, it's not just this makeup. I mean, I've used e.l.f. products. I have what is this? I have a Maybelline here that I tried not too long ago. That didn't work. So, I mean, I'm on the drugstore level. That's my budget. But it's just so frustrating that nothing works. But anyway, we're going to move on. Put that back in there. I'm looking for this. I just kind of had to lay things out here on my makeup table where I had room. Okay, I'm going to show you this. I do not know if that's upside down or right side up because I don't have my glasses on. But this is an eyebrow pen, and it has two ends. It has this thicker triangle shaped end that's nice, but then it also has this teeny tiny pinpoint in for I'm assuming drawing individual hairs. So I'm going to start with this on my right eyebrow because I have a scar right in the middle of my eyebrow. So I'm going to start right there and see if I can draw some hair into this little place. I'm also having trouble with finding the correct shade for my eyebrows because I went from being an auburn to going gray. I don't color my hair anymore, so all the gray is showing through. And so I'm having a really hard time figuring out what eyebrow color I should have now. It either looks too red because I'm used to choosing something for auburn hair, or it doesn't really show up at all. That's the taupe colors. They tend to not show up at all on me. And then I've gone with some of the grays and they tend to be too dark. So I'm struggling to find a happy medium with this and be able to cover this scar up because it is just unruly. But this color looks pretty good. You can see it is dark. I'm about to use my little spoolie on it and lighten it up a little bit. I do have to draw most of my eyebrows on because after having COVID the first time, which was a couple of years ago, I lost 2/3 of my hair and my eyelashes and my eyebrows fell out. And since then, most of my hair that fell out returned. I have some bald patches that weren't there before. But my eyelashes, which were very sparse to begin with, and my eyebrow hair did not grow back in much at all. So I like this pinpoint. I mean, that's all I can say to describe the width of the tip on this eyebrow pencil. It's doing really well. I'm finding it easier to keep from getting my eyebrows too dark with this finer point, which is good. And y'all, my eyebrows need to be tweezed, but I didn't take time to do that this morning. So if you see some stray hair, just ignore them. Pretend they're not there. But yeah, I think this is working really well. The color's okay. It's still, I think, a little bit too red. But it's not near as dark as the previous pencil that I was using. So yeah, I'll give this a thumbs up. We'll see how it lasts, but this is going to be a really good pencil, I think. So let's put that away. Okay, like I said, I did not get any eyeshadow with this palette or with this order. So let me just grab real quick. I think I'm going to grab one of my Temu palettes. Can't decide which one. Oh, it's going to be a combination of two different ones. All right, this is the Lucky Me palette. This came from Temu. Let's just get a little bit of something on here. I'm wearing purple today. I know it probably doesn't look purple on camera because it's such a deep plum color, but we'll go with something that kind of complements that. I don't want to do too heavy of an eye today. Since it's Sunday, I'm not going to be going anywhere. So, all right, there's that. And then we're going to grab this other palette. This is the Naughty palette from Temu, which is a dupe for something you've probably seen before. And we're just going to add a little of this. Y'all, I do encourage you to go to Shop Miss A and do the $20 makeup challenge. You get, like I said, at least 10 choices. I know there were more than that because I got 10 products and there were a couple of categories that I didn't choose anything in because I just didn't see anything that was the right colors for me. They were sold out in some things. I don't know if they're going to restock their categories before they end the sale or not. You'll just have to check and see. But it was definitely well worth it, even though I had to skip some of a couple of the categories. So let's see. Though I have so much trouble putting makeup on without my glasses, I just cannot see well. And colors are not, of course, a bother to me, but seeing the ends of my different little brushes, I have a real hard time with that. Okay, we're just using it, but 3 different colors on so far. I chose just a basic taupe to begin with and kind of laid that down as my base for my eyeshadow. Then I went in with kind of it was kind of a grape and gray marbled that I went in on the outer corner. And on the inner corner, I'm using just one of these, this one right here, this really pretty shimmer. It's not a real bold shimmer. My light just turned off. It's not a real bold shimmer, which I like. I feel like I'm getting up there in age, and wearing shimmers is not always a good thing for me at this age. And I actually think it ages me some. So I try to stay away from some of those shimmers. Now I'm just going to take this gray and grape combination, and I'm going to put some under my eye. And then kind of use it as an eyeliner on my upper lashes. Ow. Poked myself in the eye, which normally happens. I'm going to kind of wing it out and up, which is important the older you get, and especially because I have hooded lids, and so I have to put my makeup on a little bit differently so that it doesn't accentuate the hooded part of my eyelids, and so that you can see the color that I've actually put on. Y'all, I have the biggest problem with this eye because I just can't I can't close this eye and keep the other one open. The other way around, I do just fine, but that always gives me issues. Okay, so I've got them lined a little bit with this color. And I think that's about all I'm going to do as far as eye color goes, but I am going to go in with my fatter blender brush and just blend all those colors together. That way it doesn't look like I put it on in chunks, and it blends those colors together nicely. It takes some of the shimmer out of those colors that I want to be shimmery, but I don't want it to look like I'm trying to make my eyes glow in the dark, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. That's a pretty kind of neutral colors, not too bad. Okay, the next thing up is a drink. I had said the other day I wasn't going to open this mascara because I have several open, but I decided to go ahead and open it since I was doing a full face. So this is the mascara that I chose. You can see it there. So let's open this. I haven't opened it yet. Let's open it and see what we're dealing with here. Oh yes, I definitely like this kind of a brush. Big, fat. It does really well on my sparse eyelashes. So let's see what kind of coverage this gives. And y'all, I did not curl my eyelashes because I forgot, because I always forget that step. That's not something I grew up doing. It's not something I learned at a young age as a step in putting mascara on or putting makeup on. So, yeah, so I didn't do it. And so it's a really difficult part of my routine to remember because I'm just not used to it. So you'll have to forgive me. I do have an eyelash curler that I got from Temu. I like this one really well. It's a heated one, which I think works really well because my eyelashes grow all different directions. And like I said, they are short. So instead of curling up, they tend to stick straight out. So I find that the heated eyelash curler works much better for me. And y'all, a lot of people don't like them because they're afraid they're going to burn themselves. Y'all, with all the fine motor skill issues that I have, it doesn't bother me a bit to use it. So I'm going to try and put a little bit of this on my lower lashes. That's something I don't always do because, again, they're sparse and they grow funny. But just to see, it doesn't look too bad except that I globbed some on my eye. But luckily, that's what Q-tips are made for. Okay, so you can see that one eye. The coverage isn't too bad. Let's do the other eye. And y'all, I apologize for being slow at doing anything on my eyes. But because my motor skills are challenged at best, especially my fine motor skills, it does take me a little longer because my hands do shake quite a bit. So, and I don't know if you can hear him, but my kitten Winston is down here. He's talking to me. I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but he's being very loud about it. Okay. Again, this side never comes out looking as good as the other side because this is backwards for me. I am left-handed, so let's see if we can get a little bit on the bottom lashes. Not making too big of a mess. Well, it's on there. I can't say I didn't make a mess. I also got some in my hair. But okay, y'all, this is one coat of the mascara on each eye. So you can kind of see, excuse me, I'm so sorry for sniffling. Texas allergies. If you know, you know. So that's one coat. Let me see if I can build, if it will let me build a second coat. You know, some mascaras won't let you do that. They get hard and crunchy and then you can't build. But it looks like, oh, except for that huge glob that I just put on there. Good. Now I'm going to make a mess. It does look like it's buildable, except for I got a huge clump of mascara right in the corner. Which requires me to make a bit of a mess to try to get it cleaned up. Got it right in the corner of my eye. Big glob. I think that's as good as it's going to be able to get without me taking this completely off and starting over, which I am not doing. So let's build a little bit more on this side. Well, it is buildable. It does look a little spidery though on my lashes, and maybe that's just me and my application, but it doesn't look, they don't look smooth. My lashes don't look smooth. They look kind of feathery and wiry, which some people may like. I don't particularly care for it, but anyway, that's how that looks. Now let's go in with the bronzer. Looks like this. Trying to get the glare off. There we go. It's better. Here's the color. So let's see what we can do with this. Sorry, I should have had all my brushes out here and waiting, but I just didn't have room to put everything out. All right. See what kind of color I can put back into my face, since that foundation was a little bit too light for me. Now, I will tell you, you guys, I tend to use a bronzer like a contour sometimes because I don't like wearing both. I don't like wearing a thick layers of makeup, and so it seems, you know, the more products you wear, the thicker it feels, the heavier it feels, and I don't like that. So anything that I can double do with, I will. So this is kind of the bronzer. That's kind of how it looks. So there's that. And then this is, it looks tiny. This is actually a blush. I was expecting something a little bigger. I'm not sure how well my, it's a blush and highlighter. Not sure how well my brush is going to fit into there, but we'll see. Well, you guys, there it is. I was going to say, I just saw it. I know it's in there. Now, this is a little more red than what I normally would have chosen for today for what I'm wearing, but it's the one I picked, so we're going to go with it. And yeah, it is way more red than I would have liked. But I am very pale. I don't go outside much. I don't get much sun. If I were to get more sun this summer, I think this would look really nice. But for right now, it's way too red, I think. May not look like that on camera. Okay, let's swipe a little of this highlighter. It's not too bad. Okay, so that was this. Put that away. And then the last two things, well, we have, I did order this finishing powder. And, you know, a lot of people are going to like the pale peach or pale pink finishing powders. So I got peach. I thought the yellow undertones go better with my skin than the pink undertones. So I don't know how this is going to set down, y'all, because like I said, the foundation is just not adhering to my skin. So this may make it worse. This may make it better. We'll see. I think I got a little too much highlighter. If you could see this up close, just like the foundation looked after I put it on, this is looking cakey on me, and it's because the foundation didn't sit down, so this didn't either. So that still was not the magic combination. I do have one more primer to try, so I will try it the next time that I use this foundation and see. So now we have, I'm actually going to do the setting spray first. I don't like the setting spray on top of my lipstick. That's just personal preference. So here's the setting spray that I chose. It has a nice fragrance. It's a very light fragrance, but it's a good one. So again, I'm going to use my mirror like a fan. Now the lip products that I got, I did get a lip pencil and a lipstick, but because of the color choices and some things being sold out, I don't think the two are going to go well together. I just had to pick what I thought I would use. So I don't know that these are going to go together. The lip pencil is like this. So it's like a magic marker kind of. It's a felt tip, and it's very dark. I did swatch it. Oh, I say it's dark. It's not as dark as I remembered. So let's go in with this first. I do generally like lip products that did you see that? The lid popped right off. Well, I don't know where it went. I'll have to find it in a minute. But I like the marker type tips because they go on wet and then they settle, they dry. You can see where I put the lip liner on. And then we'll go in with this lippy. I don't know that it's going to match. This is Cosmic Cowgirl, and I may not have that right set up either. But let's see. Now the lip color is much darker than the liner, but it went on really well. It was very creamy, very nice. I think it's going to dry matte, which in hopes that it won't rub off easily. So we'll see about that. It also kind of has a light fruity fragrance, and I know you're not supposed to eat it, but I kind of get the taste in my mouth. It tastes kind of like Fruity Pebbles cereal. Y'all remember that. Okay, so that is my entire face with the Shop Miss A products that I got. I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. There, now I look like myself again. You can kind of see my eyes better once I get my glasses on too. But yeah, this lip is going to dry down really matte. In fact, a little too matte. You can see the cracks in my lips. So let's pop. This is not Shop Miss A, but it's one of my favorite lip toppers. And I say it's one of my favorites because it's got this iridescent glitter in it. So it kind of doesn't matter what you wear it with. It always kind of changes and goes with it. As you can see, it's almost empty. This is a NYX product. This is, oh, I can't read the writing on it, but it is an older product. I'm not sure that they even make it anymore, but it is pretty if you want to go online on their website and look. There's, can't tell which way is right side up. Power Trip is the name of the color. So if you want to look for it, Power Trip by NYX is the lip topper. So yeah, we're going to see how this wears. I'm going to do another video after this one. It's going to be a Temu haul. I got some more craft supplies and some small things. Everything, I think everything in there is under $5. So if you want to join me for that, that's going to be a lot of fun. And I will comment in that video how well the makeup is wearing so you can see. So I thank everyone for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed beginning of your week. Have a great week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.